afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. We have the agent, the VK2801 pretty much, and you can get this tank in the new battle pass that has started today. Of course, to get this tank, you are going to have to buy the battle pass, which is $5. I do apologize for the background because it's not my phone. It's actually Blitzstars, I believe. It's all going all weird. So the agent, $5. It's well worth the price. It really is. With everything you get in the battle pass, I say every battle pass, the battle pass is worth buying because you get a lot for your money, a hell of a lot. Now the agent looks better than the VK2801, I do admit, but it's not as good as the VK2801, and mainly the reason is that DPM. The DPM is, I mean, it's ever so slightly less. It's nothing really in it. 1652 against 1701. The rate of fire 10.32 and the reload 5.8 against 5.6. So very marginal, very marginal. Come on, Blitzstars, stop doing this. But the difference between the two tanks, as Wargaming have said on their live stream, is the aim time and the dispersion. The aim time is quite a lot more at at 1.54 against 2.08, and the dispersion is 0.308 against 0.326. And of course, it does have 9 degrees of gun depression against the 6 of the VK2801. So having looked at all the stats, the DPM is the only really thing that's not as good as the VK2801, but depending on what you want, if you like DPM, then of course I would go for the VK2801. But along with everything else, the aim time, the dispersion, and the gun depression, in fact, I got it wrong at the start. I don't even know why I said. I just looked at the DPM. I would say the agent is a better version of the VK2801 because mainly that gun depression. That's a big difference. Big difference. 9 degrees against 6. It does have 65 kilometers an hour speed as well. Right, we're going to come off this because it's being stupid. So we're just going to jump straight into a couple of games that I have had in the agent already. So I had 2 battles in the agent. Actually, I had more, but we've got 2 battles for you today. And you really can tell the difference with the gun depression in some of the games I've had. Although the turret is not strong, so it does have the gun depression, but you're still very unlikely to bounce shots because the armor is literally, you might get some troll bounces. You can see that I got absolutely wrecked. That was my own fault. That's not the tank's fault. That was actually my own fault. I messed up. So even though it does have the 9 degrees of gun depression, you can't really, the only way you can get that to good use is you don't have to show as much of your tank to get the shots off. You can sort of use the 9 degrees of gun depression and just back up over the ridge. So hopefully you don't get shot. But within the first minute of the game, I'm already down to a 1 shot. So now I have to play the rest of the game a bit back, a bit behind the team. Some of these guys are going to moan like hell. I don't think just at me, but at the team in general. All the enemy team are around this side of the map. So because I lost so much hit points, I now have to use my camo, my light tank abilities to get the shots off without getting spotted. Because one more shot, if I get spotted, we can only see 2 tanks up there, but there is a lot more than 2 tanks there. So we have to be very careful. And as you can see now, the tanks are started to be open. And as soon as I'm spotted, I am backing up because I don't want to get shot. If I get shot, then it could be a loss, quite easily be a loss. So I am trying to play it a little bit safe. Of course, I don't want to play it too safe because that's not me. That's not how I play. I like to risk it for a biscuit because that is how I play. If I die, I die. And we do end up getting shot. Luckily, they only do 93 damage and it leaves me on 34 hit points. And now I have to be extra careful because I'm only on 34 hit points and we are losing. We do have a base, but we only have 4 tanks left against the 5 from the enemy team. So this is what I mean about my previous videos about sniping in different tanks, not just TDs. You can do it in any tank. Once you've got the shots off, if you've got the shots off, you can sit back and you can get damage done to the enemy without getting spotted. Now, I would normally go spot, but because I'm so low hit points, I can't really do anything. I have to rely on my team. Now, considering we have 2 medium tanks, I was hoping that some of them would actually do the spotting for me, because I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm on low enough hit points, and I want to still have my gun in the game. Any gun in the game, no matter how many hit points you have, is still an advantage. I always say that. Always take out the one shots, because it's still a gun in the game. It's still a gun that can do damage, and it's still a little pest that can annoy you. And we're going to see that. I mean, we do take out the tank. There is now 3 tanks up there, and again, we're using our light tank camouflage to get some shots off on that P43, and without getting spotted in return. We're going to get a couple of shots there, and as soon as we are spotted, we are going to back up. But he dies, and it now just leaves the 2 TDs, so at least I can play a little bit more aggressive. I can show more of my tank, because they haven't got a turret, and I know that they are facing my tanks that are in front. But now we have only got the SU-100Y left. I can now do my light duties, my job in a light tank, and go and spot him, and hopefully trick him in coming the other way, because I kind of gathered that he's going to look towards my left, so I'm going to try and go towards his right. I mean, we've won anyway with the cap points. One of my team, look, if you can see, he's capping all the bases. He's got A, he's got B, and now he's capping C. So luckily the SU wasn't looking my way, and we can use the mobility of the tank to get around, and at this point there is just nothing this SU-100Y can do. So we are going to get a shot. My teammate is going to get one more shot, and we are going to get the kill. So even though I lost all my hit points very, very early on, I still come back and got 2 kills and 2.1k damage, and we still managed to stay alive. Now, the tank's not the best for credits. I mean, 2,100 damage, we've earned 31,000 credits, but it's not a premium tank. You've got to remember, it's not a premium tank, it is a collectible tank. That only costs $5, so it's not going to be a tank that you get in to go and earn credits. You're going to earn credits regardless, but just not as much as a premium tank would be. Now, this map on Rockfield, now I'm kind of going to use my brain a little bit here. So we've spotted the T1 Heavy to the left. Now, straight away, we can see 3 tanks to our right. So I'm thinking, okay, if they're there, there's a TD there, all the mediums are there, and as soon as I spot that or not me, as soon as the KV-1S is spotted, I now know that this T1 Heavy is on his own, and he's a great tank, one of the best tier 5s in the game at the minute. So while he's on his own, I am going to attack him, and considering the position he's sat at, I already know he's not a great player. So I know I can deal with him. I am a tier higher. I do have the DPM. Even if I'm going to take a few shots in return, I am going to take a few shots. I'm going to trade a few shots. We are going to bounce a couple of easy shots there from him. It's not going to make a difference. We are going to take him out. And that's 1 heavy out of the game. That's 1 heavy, the best heavy in tier 5 out of the game. So I am looking at the KV-1S. You can see I'm thinking, okay, 2 of my teammates are up there. They should be able to deal with him. But as soon as my T25 goes, I'm thinking, right, okay, I can't go that way because I'll be on my own, and all of a sudden it is now a 3 versus 5. So there's a lot of work to do. There is still a lot of work to do. Now I'm thinking, right, okay, I'm going to again use my light tank abilities, get that blind shot there in on the National. We do take him out, and that is now 1 tank down. So it's now 3 against 4. We're only on 700 hit points at the minute. We've only bounced 1 shot from that T1 Heavy, but I'm going to play it safe. I am going to play it safe, use my camo to try and hopefully get some shots off on the side without getting spotted. We do get a shot on the M4 Sherman. We're not spotted, so we are now spotted, so we do have to be careful. I don't want to poke out and get a few shots taken, because I don't know where all the other team are. I don't know if they've moved or if they're still around that corner. So now I'm going to go forward just a little bit to help the Crusader. I can see the KV-2 is coming to help, so I'm going to try and help the Crusader take care of this M4 Sherman. But of course, 2 of the other tanks, or all 3 of the other tanks, are now spotted. So we're going to just quickly get a shot on him, back up. We don't take any shots. There goes the Crusader. So it is now a 3 on 2, a 2 on 3, sorry. So I'm going to wait for the KV-2 to come. I think he is reloaded now. What you're not going to see in a minute, this poor Spike, as you can see, he's just been unspotted, and any second now you're going to hear the KV-2 shoot. Yeah, you're going to hear the KV-2 shoot. Well, he has shot already. And that actually, you're going to see the hit points of the spike any moment now. So while they're not spotted, I know I have to move. I know I have to do the spotting now. We are losing on supremacy points. So as long as I can spot the team, and hopefully my KV2 will be there protecting me to get the shots from behind. So straight away we spot the AMX-12T. He is a 2-shot, so we get 1 shot there. We're going to reload, and now at this point I don't mind taking a shot from him as long as I can take him out. But it turns out that I don't have to take a shot from him anyway. So that's my 4th kill with just 2 tanks left alive. And now look at that spike, 80 hit points. He was full hit points when he went unspotted. So fair play to that KV2, and we can now take him out and be as aggressive as we like now, because it is just this one guy. And we've actually bounced a couple of shots. I mean, you're not going to bounce too many, so don't rely on the bounces. It is a light tank. It's not there to bounce shots. It's there to do the spotting. It's there to do the DPM, the damage. So don't rely on the shots. Even though it has 9 degrees, don't rely on the block damage. Even though it has 9 degrees of gun depression, you're still not going to bounce too much on that turret. So that's the Agent, guys. Very good tank, very good tank. Well worth the $5. So if you've got the money, definitely get that battle pass. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.